Hey friends, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please feel free to share the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube, wherever you have permission. Oh gosh, I've totally just skipped all over my spiel. Once you hop on the live or you hop on the replay at a later date, please say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I am live in 2 locations this evening, so if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your feed, that person is viewing from a different platform. And if at any time during this video you like what you see or you just want to help out my channel, please feel free to share the craft love wherever you have permission. Tag your crafty friends, invite them to watch along with you. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that heart button, do all the things. That just kind of helps out my channel. But it also helps you because it tells the algorithm that you like this kind of content. Therefore, it will give you more content like this, and I greatly appreciate it. And again, it will help you out. Let's go to the comments. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. He says, happy hump day. And Bonita says, hello, hello, hello. Tell me how the audio is. I feel like I'm screeching over the air conditioner because it's like 15 feet over that way. So let me know how the audio is. And before I forget, let's go over, there are some promos that are going on for Perks members, and I don't want my Perks members to miss these. We also had a launch yesterday. It seriously feels like Tuesday was like 4 days ago. But alas, my photos are not backed up. Hold on a minute. Bonita says it's fine on her end. Good. Well, okay, so let me tell you about, if you are a Perks member, there is free shipping right now for Perks and Designers. Today is the last day. I would, if I were personally going to put in an order today, oops, can't see it very well. Well, it was showing earlier. I would, there you go. I would purchase some surfaces. Let me see. Especially like the Verity, since it's normally like expensive, I would purchase surfaces like 16-inch rounds, any of the Aiden boards or the Verity. Cookbook stands would be great to use your free shipping on. Let me go ahead and just flip the camera. It might be, there we go. It might be a little easier to see that way. So we cookbook stands, any of the chalkboards, any of the rounds, any of the heavy stuff, because shipping is based on weight. So that's what I would stock up on if you are wanting to get free shipping on your order, and that is for Perks and Designers yesterday and today only. Let's see if any of the other ones. So we had a launch yesterday. I don't know if any of you saw any of the Friends and Seinfeld things that were, that popped up that became available yesterday. Let me see. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and show that. Let's see. And you can see everything I've been surfing. Let's go here. I can show you. So we had 2 Friends transfers. We have the I'd rather be watching Friends or I Speak Fluent Friends quotes, which also has the Friends kind of signature font at the bottom. Those are two of the Friends transfers. And then in the Seinfeld collection, there is a transfer and a heat transfer vinyl, or a heat transfer, which is, the heat transfer is low in stock. It's called Show About Nothing. And then the Seinfeld logo is a silkscreen transfer. So those are two of the things that launched yesterday. And we also have a BOGO on heat transfers. There are a few that are out of stock. There are also some on low quantity. So you might want to go check that out. That is through the 31st. So it's buy one, get one free transfer. You have to add at least 2 to your cart to get the buy one, get one promotion. That is for perks and designers as well. There is an Easter sale going on, so select Easter styles are $20 or less, and they have brought back some vaulted or past Easter items, so you might want to go check that out. But it's also for perks members and designers. And I believe there is one more. Oh yeah. So if you have not become a perks member, or you want to take advantage of some of the promotions and you want to save 30% off retail every day, you can sign up now through the 27th. So that would be Friday. You can become a perks member for $1. So you get your first month for $1, which means you can take advantage of any of the promotions that I just mentioned. Just keep in mind, free shipping ends at midnight tonight. You get 30% off retail pricing, and you after you pay your $1, you get $20 in product credit. So you've just made $19 basically on your perks membership. So if anyone's been on the fence, now is the perfect is the perfect time to take advantage of the perks membership. So I do have that linked in the description of the video. You might want to go check that out. Okay, on with the show. So I'm going to call this Wing It Wednesday. I kind of had an idea in my mind of what I wanted to do, so we're going to try to carry that out. I have 2 transfers. I have Peanuts My Anxiety, which says my anxieties have anxieties. I also have the Peanuts comic pattern, and I have 2 I've got stuff all over that. I have 2 of my favorite craft journals from Walmart. These are about, I know they're less than $6. They used to be under $5, but I think they've gone up in price. They are 8.5 by 11. They are spiral bound. They are ruled on the inside. It's not the greatest paper, but it's also not terrible. The pages are not perforated, which I like. So we're going to do just some dabbling this evening. And by dabbling, I mean dabbling. Oh, heck, just tear it, Robin. Okay. Just take these off. And these are in the kind of the office supply section with all the rest of the journals. In my Walmart, they're on the top shelf. They're super fun, super inexpensive. They're a great canvas to work on. So I think I'm going to put this at the top, and because it doesn't quite go to the end, I rated my scrapbook paper collection, and I think I'm going to put this on the bottom. So my idea is, now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm going to kind of tape off this top portion and just really roughly paint it white so that I can come back in and just paste this in black with maybe a few, I've seen it done with just a few of these comic pieces in red, but we may just do all black. Hey, Miss Ashley. So I think we're going to go ahead and tape it off. I'm also going, because this is kind of a craft paper surface. I am going to fuzz it. So let's go ahead, let's write on the back so we know what the back side is. So we'll just put comic pattern on the back. That way when I'm done cleaning it and it's all dry and ready to be put away, I know that this is the back side and the transfer stencil goes on this side because it is a reusable stencil. So we're going to peel the backer sheet off. I'm going to give it, actually, we're just going to, well, I'm going to fuzz it a few times. We're going to put it down just so I can kind of get a tape line established for the bottom. And then we're going to come back in and paint. So I'm going to turn it around because there is a flat edge on each side. It does kind of cut off. So I want to make sure that's there, but I mainly want to tape. I want to put tape on the bottom. I think that's how I want to do it. Yeah. So we're going to pop that back on the backer sheet really quick. Hopefully, this is some old stencil tape. It's for, it says for very delicate surfaces, and it does say it's low adhesion, and it seriously is low adhesion, but I thought it would be perfect for this notebook. I'm going to try. I know I'm putting it upside down, but I'm kind of doing that on purpose. I kind of want to see. Okay. How was my vendor booth? It was great when Bonita and my friend Donna came by, but other than that, it was super slow. But I definitely learned that that is not my audience. I did get, or Jason was a huge help getting my inventory all set up, so that was a great silver lining. Actually, I'm gonna, so it was super slow. I mean, I literally had 2 sales for the whole 9 hours I was there, and maybe had, what would you say, Jason, less than 5 people come in the booth. That's counting Bonita and Donna. So wasn't great, but a lot of my Chalk Couture product is inventoried. We worked out a lot of bugs with my Square system. I get to use a fun barcode scanner, so there were some positives. I just don't want to slop paint all over this side of the notebook. I'm just kind of taping it off a little bit. It may not be even. In fact, I know it's not even, but that's a part that's going to stick. Okay. I think that will mostly work. So I got out my Snow White Waverly chalk paint, but I also thought about using chalk paste. We'll just kind of have to see. I think I might try the paint. It's going to be a little, I think it'll be okay with that paper. It does probably need watered down. Oh, that's okay, Bonita. They're not all going to be good. I would have hoped for a little bit more traffic for the whole 9 hours, but it was still good. Jason and I got to hang out together. Dane even came by to help us load back up at the end because he had come from a movie. But again, you know, as long as I can learn something from every show, I'm okay. I'm glad I had a couple of sales. Got to see Bonita and Rick, and I got to see Donna. So there were a few friends that weren't necessarily there to see me, but some people that I hadn't seen for a while. Hello, Roberta. Welcome. So I have a sponge. I also have some paint brushes. So we're going to try. I don't know. I think I might take this side off. Let me just see. Did I have a vendor show before this one? Nope. I haven't done very many events lately. I do have the Quarter Mania coming up for the Twirling Club, but I'm not going to take a whole lot for that one. I'm just trying to find. Again, I don't want to slop paint everywhere. I've got some parchment paper in there. So now that just means I get to have more classes and stuff so that I can get the product into people's hands, or just do it, Robin. Have some live sales either here on Facebook. We've also talked about going on Whatnot. I don't know if anyone's shopped on Whatnot before. Bonita has a question about the junk keychains I made on Monday. Have I ever used clay embellishments with the UV resin? I have not, but I know people that do. Like what kind of clay embellishments? I've seen people use clay more like embedded in the actual resin, like inside of a mold or something. So I watered this paint down just a little bit. I'm just going to roughly, I don't want perfect edges. I don't want my wires painted, however. But yes, I've seen people use clay with UV resin, but it's usually inside of, like it's embedded in the resin, if that makes sense. That's not going to stick either. I need something stickier. I just don't want white paint all over my wires if I can help it. And it might be I just have to be a little bit more careful. So have any of you ever checked out any of the other, any sellers on Whatnot? One of my friends from my hometown, she sells some of her beaded stuff, like the silicone beaded stuff. And I've watched a few Couture designers who sell stuff. Yeah. There we go. And again, I'm not going for perfect. If I see some of the notebook, that's great. I'm probably going to maybe try to sand some of it off. We'll see. Slow down. Put this down here so I can don't go hog wild. My plan is to also, again, have some more classes again, so people can pick out their surface and then use my transfers. But then I think once Dane moves out, we'll convert one of the bedrooms. It'll still be like a guest room, but I'll have a really miniature version of a Couture boutique set up in there, so you can, if you wanted to buy stuff after the class, you could, like Couture product and surfaces and transfers. And so I ended up getting a lot of good stuff off of that former designer, but I can't keep it all, nor do I want to. It's good stuff, so it needs to be out in your guys' hands. I don't necessarily like that edge, but it's kind of what we're going with. That's okay. Did that answer your question, Bonita? And she's referring to these cute little junk keychains that I made on Monday with the UV resin and the UV flashlight, and just a bunch of alphabet beads and flat back stuff and buttons and glitter. This one's my favorite. I love that one. I need to make some more. Anita says I answered her question and she likes the wire edge. It looks distressed. It definitely looks distressed over there. I should have went for a little more over here. Maybe I can sand a little off. It kind of looks like ripped newspaper over there. Let's see what happens. I was afraid of that. Oh, well, my scrapbook paper is going to cover that up. Let's see what happens. I just lightly sand it. take all the paper off. Guess that's all the sanding we're gonna do. I got a little bit of it off. Paper towel or something. Okay, let's get this put back in my jar before I end up wearing it. Okay, put that away. Okay. So I think we're good. I'm gonna wipe out, make sure my hands are clean. Don't know whether to wax or not. It's a little straighter than I would have wanted down there, but okay. Let's bring in our fuzz cloth. We're going to fuzz it a few more times just because I've painted the paper now. And we may only get to one. We'll have to see because I'd like to get a tassel made as well. I think. So not even. Just trying to. Really not even over here. That's okay. I don't know if I want to be totally to the edge. That's pretty good. I think we're good. I think I'm just going to do it in all black. It would be cute to do like some spots of red, or I think we're just going to go all black. Try to get this one used up. Nope, that one's too hard. I have like 14. That one's good. Oh gosh, why do I have so many open? Okay. I'll just use this one. Okay. So I just have black velvet. I'm going to load her up think we're going to go backwards. That way I don't accidentally paste down the end of the notebook. So we're just using the squeegee to spread the black paste over silkscreen areas really quickly, one and done. And then I'm going to even out my squeegee lines. And then we're going to gently peel. Oh, so cute. Oh, oh my goodness. Ah, it's so cute. Okay, I'm going to go take this to my sink and spray it down with just some regular water. Okay, don't dump anything on the notebook because that is too stinking cute. I'm also going to get some yarn on my way back, so I'll be right back. I probably need to get some tape. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Jason says that's awesome. Bonita says I freaking love that. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make myself one. I got black all over my fingers. I gotta wipe them off before I end up with black all over this notebook. Okay. Then I'll hold it up. I just don't want to get a blemish on it. Ta-da! So cute. Okay, so now let's move that out of the way. I'm gonna get my ruler. I like to leave a little bit of a border. I wished I would have left a little bit of a border. I mean, I kind of did up there, but it's okay. We're gonna leave a little bit of a border, so I'm gonna cut it to probably 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. Let's see what that works out to be. 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. I keep saying it. I maybe won't forget it. 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. And I know my pattern is going the wrong way, but I still think it'll look okay. 2 5/8 by 8 1/4. I'm going to go just a skosh longer than 8 1/4, just in case I measured wrong. 2 5/8. Platform 9 3/4. What? Oh. I was like, what? Okay, that doesn't look even. It's because I did not cut that even. I may not have taped off my book even. Okay, it's a little long. It also appears to be uneven. No. Let's leave that out in case I need it. I think I just painted it uneven. I taped it off uneven, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I think that'll work. How does that? It's kind of wackadoodle on your eyes, but what do y'all think? Should I find a different piece of paper? I kind of like it. I kind of don't. And then I think I'm going to use this as a tassel. Just kind of thinking. What do y'all think? I kind of wonder. Actually, I think I may do something a little different. I think we'll go 3. It's still going to be a little too wide, or a little. And then I'm going to go a little longer than 8 1/4. We're going to go about 8 1/2. Because I taped it off uneven, and because I have what looks kind of torn here, I'm gonna tear this end. Just so it kind of mimics that. And I also think, how much do I have to play with here? I think I'm going to do the same thing up here. Just tear a little bit off. And then the other edges will be straight. And I could ink my edges. Well, I tore it too far over here, but it's okay. Darn it. I didn't. Boo. I mean, I could leave more of it showing. I just don't like that much. I don't like all of that notebook showing at the bottom, but I guess it's okay. I just have this tiny little corner down here. I could put a little strip of paper there. Let's see what else I have. I was just trying to use up some of these spare pieces that I have. You wouldn't be able to see that. I don't think any of these will work. Pink. I had thought about that one or that one. Do any of those look better? Holly says, what about a solid color and you could paint a few items above that same color? I could. Good idea. Also have that one, which isn't bad. Roberta said the top one, so that one. Well, let's do it this way. So we have 1, 2, 3, or 4. This one is almost too big. Well, I think Roberta said this one was the top one at the time, I think. Any of those look? I kind of like this one actually, now that I brought it out. I don't know. So there's that one. So that's 4. Actually, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Let's turn it this way. 1. I'm good with any of those. So we have 4, 3, 2, or 1. Roberta now says they're all cute. Holly says 1. I feel like I'm at the optometrist's office. 1 or 3. Jason just said better 1 or 2. Bonita says 4 or 3. Or should I just stick with the original one? I just cut it too short. I mean, I'm sure I probably have a full sheet in here, but I was just trying to use my scraps. She said one is easier on the eyes. This one? Yeah, I get that. Okay, so let's see if we can actually cut it correctly this time. So 3 was not enough. So let's, oh yeah. Let's do 3.5, just so I know I have plenty. I'm actually going to go beyond 3.5. And then 8. We'll do 8.5 so I can tear it. Let's see if that's going to be the top, or either one of them are going to be the top. Let's, I'm going to kind of go off a little bit, just so I can kind of even, or I can maybe try to center the design a little bit. And I'm going to be tearing some off. This way, let's see, this will give us a little bit more room to play maybe. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. I swear, I cannot cut straight to save my life. Okay, should I, since I'm tearing this edge, should I tear the top as well or keep it smooth? So let's go ahead and, how much do I have to play with? Okay, I have a little bit to play with. Okay, so then I still need to cut a little tiny bit off this side. Looks like maybe right there. Okay, this was a lot harder than I was envisioning. The painting actually went easier than I thought, but the rest of this, not so much. Okay, that looks pretty good, although I almost should come down here and paint this edge. And maybe the bottom edge. Ugh. Well, nah. Yeah. I'm just going to kind of bend it down here, so that way I know, kind of know where to cut. I really am a paper crafter, I swear. Just kind of mess this one up a little bit. Gonna have an avalanche. I think that'll work. Perfect. Okay, now I gotta glue it on. I'm also wondering if I should ink my edges, just to finish those edges off a little bit. So sorry, I'm gonna be reaching. And knocking stuff off. Okay. Let's see. That's hickory smoke. So I want to use gray. Let's test on. Let's do some testing. I don't know if I want to go dark. Oh, these might be dry. Or do I want to use black? Ugh. Probably I'm going to want to use hickory smoke, but we shall see. I think I'm going to go with hickory smoke. Roberta says it looks like a fence. Okay. I think this one is kind of dried up. I know, I'm just testing to see if I think I like that. So we'll just kind of, mainly on these white edges, just to kind of give it some finish. Works for me. Pop it back in there. Okay, put that away. Okay, now let's put some tape on there. So this is probably knockoff Hobby Lobby redline tape, if I had to guess. It's not my preferred, but when I do notebooks like this, I want it to stay. This will definitely stay. I'll just use a thinner one on the inside. I prefer wet glue, but at the moment, I'm not for sure where my wet glue is. Oh, I like to take stuff to work with me, so my craft supplies are spread in about 50 bajillion different bags. Choose. See how this Harbor Freight wood glue works on paper. I just want to there's a few little places that I missed with the tape. Oh, we're going to play hardball, are you? Okay. I'm going to really burnish this tape down. See if I can get that to release better. was playing hardball. Gotta get the big guns out. Okay. I'm just gonna pop a little bit. I don't know what this stuff does. It's gonna do on paper, but we'll find out. I'm not gonna use a lot, just a little bit. Just mainly on that one little edge. I am an overgluer. Okay. Super cute. Okay. We've got that. Super fun. It would be cute to do a little tiny bit of red there, but I'm not going to. Let's throw this away. Get some of these scraps gone. And we'll work on a tassel. You can either use the Couture tassel maker, or I have this Clover tassel maker. Each one works well. I have a preference, but put some of this away. And I save these skinny pieces because I like to use them in my planner or in some little junk journal type things. These little tiny scraps I'll throw away. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so I have my yarn. If you're going to use this one, don't wrap it too tightly because this bends. That's kind of why I don't necessarily like it. I think so don't wrap it too tight either. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 26, 27, 29. Let's do 30. And then I think let's go get some beads. Okay, let's find a twisty tie. Okay, been a while since I've made one of these. So I have a couple of different strands here. So I'm going to put this strand through kind of where I've tied these off. Ugh. Oh, something else fell. Scared me. Something else fell over, I think. Sorry, scared me. So I've got it pulled up toward the top. And I'm just going to tie it fairly tight. And I'm just going to pull it off. This probably isn't the exact way how to use this, but it's kind of how I use it. Okay, so what did I tie here? And then because I never tie it tight, I'm going to wrap these around again. I don't think you need to render assurance or render assistance. I pushed one of my drawers back too far and the drawer under my monitor, and now everything's falling backwards. As long as the glass butter dish stays, we'll be good. There might be some more stuff that falls, so bear with me. Okay, so I have that fairly tight, so I'm going to cut these apart down here. Now, where did my pieces go that I tied? Ugh, I should have saved them. I think that's one. Nope, not that one. It's not one. Must be these two. Okay. I think I'm going to make a longer, and here's this is what this yarn is, by the way. It's called I Love This Yarn, and it's Black Marble. There, from Hooby Dooby. Just so I make sure that I have enough yarn for my beads. Just going to add another center. Oops, I didn't get all those cut. And then just kind of arranging everything. And then we're going to take this piece and I'm going to put a small loop like this. Oops, I missed another loop right there. Okay, so we're going to take our loop we're just going to place it on our tassel. This little tail is sticking up right here, and I have a hold of the loop, and then we're just going to take this long piece And we're gonna try that again. I think I might double it actually. Just so it's thicker. So this is my tail. I'm just going to pull that around the tassel, and then we're going to take these two tails, pull them through that loop. We're going to hold on to the new tails, and we're going to pull this tail up, and that's what's going to secure our tassel. And then you'll cut that off. But I gotta figure out, I have some loose pieces. Sometimes you have to pull on some of these ends. It's like I have a little bubble right there. That one looks terrible. It's going to take me forever to find it. Sometimes I'll pull opposite. I'm afraid I won't find it. And so then you just cut these two little pieces off, and then you kind of tuck it. I'll have to find where the bubble is. And then you just kind of tuck those two little pieces inside where you wrapped everything around. I can find every strand but that one. We're gonna go on. I'll fix it later. Okay, so let's get our beads out. So I have a bunch of these black and white beads, and I think we're gonna, okay, that's just driving me crazy. So if I have to reverse pull it, I'll fan them out like that. Okay, so it's on this side. That's weird. Ah, I found it. I have you now. Now I have to find this one. Right there. Ha. Okay, I fixed it. It's a little better. So I have a twisty tie. I'll just kind of have to figure out what beads we want to use. That one's cute. You can use a pearl one since I have a ton of those. You could use a crystal one, or I could use a bright silver one. I also have this striped one. I've got a cute little heart one. It's kind of small. I do kind of like it. I kind of like those. And I also have some spacer beads that we could use, maybe. Maybe not. disco ball. I'll just use these 3 plus the spacers. Okay, so I'm going to use my little twisty tie. It's going to act as my needle. Maybe. This one may not work. I'm going to cut the rough edges off a little bit. And then I'm going to crimp one end, and it may be the yarn's too thick. We'll just have to see. Come on. That did not work. Let's use this end since we've stripped the plastic coating off. It'll make it skinnier. I need to get a big bead threader. Miss Ashley says she's back. She had to drive home. Snoopy's cute. Thank you. I'm just trying to get these beads on this. There we go. On this yarn. We made a tassel for the side. I added some paper at the bottom. This is probably one of my most favorite things to do, is to upcycle notebooks. I think I just need to make it my thing. Because everyone else does, you know, you can find decor. Oh, that's super cute. Okay, so let's save that because I'll need it. Let's give this guy a wee bit of a haircut. That is super cute. So I'm going to tie a few knots up here at the top to keep the beads where they're supposed to be. And I should put it never can. It's always hard to figure out how to finish these off. So I'm just going to put a knot right here. So you could put a clip, like a lobster clasp, a paper clip, to where you could remove it. I usually just make a little knot, kind of a loop up here. So I tied a couple knots there to keep the beads down at the bottom. I tied another couple of knots up here. And then usually I will pop it through one of the spirals. And then I take the whole thing and I pop it through that loop. That is so cute, if I do say so myself. Oh my gosh, so fun. So fun. You can make a cute little bookmark. So what do y'all think? You love the tassel, not love the tassel? I think it turned out cute. I might be a little biased, but I think it turned out cute. I even love the tassel. Okay, let's show you from the beginning, or from this view. And then I think I need to add, try to find another either different piece of black and white paper, because I kind of dirtied up the back. So I'll cover the whole thing on the back with paper. I think that turned out super cute. I never know how to show it. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so now I just need to cover the back side. Yeah, he got a little dirty. Bonita says she loves it. Jason says adorable. Thank you. Bonita gave me all sorts of hearts. Roberta says she loves it. And Ashley says, I'm probably going to take it with me to the Quartermania next weekend. So if you're out and about next Saturday, the 4th, it's the Saturday before Easter, I will be at the mall I think they're still at the I think their studio is still at the mall. Let's look before I start yapping and tell you the wrong thing. Taylor's Twirlers. Last I knew, they were at their studio was in the mall by the District, 2259 South 9th. I assume that's the mall. So I will have this there first. And if it doesn't sell there, then I'll probably put it at Flipping Fabulous. Yes, that is the mall. So yes, I will put that up at the mall, a small little table, Saturday, April 4th. I think it starts at 1. I'll have to double check that. I'll probably be there. I think doors open at noonish. But if it doesn't sell there, then I'll definitely put it up, probably at Flipping Fabulous. So yeah, super cute. I love it. I probably made the tassel a little big, but go big or go home. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. If you missed some of it, definitely go back and watch the replay. I will be doing a few more notebooks. I did get this notebook at Walmart. It's the Pen and Gear. Looks like this. It's less than $6. 8.5 by 11. At my store, they're on the top shelf. Take your tall husband with you if you need to get them. Okie doke. I hope to be live again this weekend. I want to do a few heat transfer projects, and don't forget, those are BOGO through the 31st. So buy one, get one off of the heat transfers. Some of them are selling out. So make sure you get those. Free shipping through midnight for Perks and Designers. Any order, any amount, free shipping. Stock up on your surfaces, stock up on your heavy things. Cookbook stands, the Aiden, the Verity, the 9x9 shelf sitters, the 5x5s. I'd stock up on your surfaces with that free shipping, because shipping is by weight. Some of the Easter things are $20 or less, so those are on sale for Perks and Designers. BOGO heat transfers, and if you want to sign up as a Perks member now through the 27th, it costs you $1. So you're going to get 30% off of retail pricing, and you're going to get that $20 product credit back. So you've already gained $19 if you join Perks as a Perks member now through the 27th. And you can take advantage of the BOGO, the Easter sale, free shipping tonight if you sign up to be a Perks member. $1, 30% off, $20 in product credit back, so you've gained $19. It's free, basically, at that point. Crafty girl math at its finest. So check out the Perks link in the description of the video. I hope to see you this weekend. If not, have a great rest of your week. And have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.